castle is a pleasant place. The air is sweet and refined senses.
The fact that this summer bird, the house martin, built his nest here proves how inviting the breezes are. There isn't a single protrusion in the castle walls where these birds haven't built their hanging nest to sleep and breed. I've noticed that they always like to settle and mate where the air is nicest.
Look, here comes our honored hostess. Sometimes the love my subjects bring to me is inconvenient, but I still accept it as love. In doing so, I'm teaching you to thank me for the inconvenience I'm causing you by being here, because it comes from love to you.
Everything we are doing for you, even if we were doubled again, is nothing compared to honors that have brought you in our family. We've gladly welcomed you as our guest with graduate in both of the honors that we have been given before and the new honors that you have just given us.
First Macbeth, Thane of Cawdor. We followed closely after him. I hope to arrive here before him, but he rides swiftly, and his great love, which is as sharp as his spur, helped him beat us here. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
We are your servants, your highness, and as always, our house and everything is at your disposal. For after all, we keep it in your trust, and we're glad for you to be back at yours.
Give me your hand, bring me to my host, Macbeth. I love him dearly, and I shall continue to favor him whenever you are ready to host us.
If this business would really be finished when I did the deed, then it'd be best to get it over with quickly. If the assassination of the king would work as a net, sweeping up everything and preventing any consequences, then the murder would be to be all. In awe of the whole affair, I would gladly put my soul in afterlife to shock, to risk to do it. But for crimes like these, there are still punishments in this world. By committing crimes, we only teach other people to commit violence. And the violence of our students will come back to plague our teachers. Justice being equal to everyone forces us to drink from the poison cup that we serve to others. The king trusts me in few ways. First of all, I am his kinsman and his subject. So I should always try to protect him. Second, I am his host. So I should be closing the door in his murder's face, not trying to murder him myself. Besides, Duncan has been such a humble leader, so free of corruption that his virtue's legacy will speak from him when he dies, as if angels were playing trumpets against the injustice of his murder. Pity, like an innocent newborn baby, will ride the wind with winged angels and invisible horses through the air to spread the news of the horrible deed to everyone everywhere. People will shed a flood of tears that will drown the wind like horrible downpour of rain. I cannot spur myself to action. The only thing motivating me is ambition, which makes people rush ahead of themselves towards disaster. What news do you have?
He almost finished dinner. Why do you leave the dining room?
Has he asked for me?
Do you know he asked?
We can't go with this plan. The king has just honored me, and I have earned the good opinion of all sorts of people. I want to enjoy these honors while the feeling is fresh and not throw them away so soon.
Were you drunk when you seemed hopeful before? Have you gone to sleep and woken up as a green pill in fear of this idea? From now on this, I think of your love. Are you afraid? Act as always as you desire. Will you take the crown you want so badly, or will you live as a coward, always saying I can't after you say I want to? You're like a poor cat in the ocean.
Please stop. I dare to do only what is proper for a man to do, who dares to do more than a man is to all.
if you weren't a man, then what kind of animal were you? When you first told me you wanted to do this, when you dared to do it, that's when you were a man. And if you were one step further by doing what you dared to do, before you'll be just much as a man. The time as the place weren't right before, but you will have gone ahead with the murder of anyhow. Now, the time and place are just right, but they are almost too good for you. I have sucked a baby, and I know how sweet it is to love a baby at my breast. But even as the baby was smiling up at me, I would have plunked my nipple out of his mouth, smashed the brains against a wall, and if I had sworn to do that the same way, you would sworn to do this.
But if we fail,
we fail. If you get your courage up, we can't fail. When Duncan is asleep, the day's hard journey has definitely made him tired. I'll get to his servants so drunk that their memory will go up and smoke through the chimneys of their brains. Man, when they lie asleep like pigs, so drunk, they'll be dead to the world. What won't you and I would be able to do to the undergarden Duncan? And whatever we do, we can lay all the blame on Duncan's servants.
may you only give birth to male children, because your fearless spirit should crave nothing that isn't masculine. Once we have covered the two servants with blood and used their daggers to kill, won't people believe that they are the culprits?
Who could think it could happen any other way? We'll be grieving loudly when we hear Duncan has died.
Now I'm decided, and I will exert every muscle in my body to commit this crime. Go now, and pretend to be a friendly hostess. Hide with false, pleasant face what I know in your false, evil heart.